changing it up a little and doing a video this morning from my office. So, my mom texts me yesterday or this morning maybe, and copies my girlfriend and says, Max, while you're going through this stressful time, you may want to consider taking antidepressants to keep your energy up, which is an understandable thing for her to say. I spent 10 years taking antidepressants up till like 6.5 years ago. And she takes them, I believe. And she certainly has, my best interests at heart. And then my girlfriend chimes in, and this was unexpected. Apparently, she's started taking something, which I didn't know. So, it's kind of weird. I told myself when I got off of antidepressants that I would never go back on them, and I don't plan on going back on them. I have a friend who says that the people who are closest to you or the people who love you most are not always the people who have the best advice for you. My mom's advice, while certainly understandable, is definitely fear-driven. And I think it's interesting that in our society today, when people are going through a tough time, it's such a common thing to say, oh, let me get on some medication to kind of help myself through this, rather than dealing with the feelings head on and kind of getting through it organically. And there was definitely a time when I could not have handled the level of stress that I'm under now. But, for the same reason, I never was under the level of stress that I'm under now. I never put myself in situations where I could or would encounter this much stress. So, to an extent, what I'm going through is just part and parcel of kind of the challenges that I've set for myself, and learning how to deal with those challenges better, more effectively. So it's a little discouraging to get this kind of input from people so close to me, because it's like I'm fighting hard as it is to stay in the game, to keep my head in the game and do my best. And when the people closest to me give me advice that, kind of says that they don't really have faith in me, or giving me advice that is counter to my values or what I want in life, that's hard to take. But it's also, I think it's fairly common, not just for me, but for everybody. And I think it's important to remember that they're coming at it from a place of love. I don't have to take the advice, but I don't have to get angry either. I can just, appreciate that they're doing their best in trying to help me to do my best. So it was interesting. But I did spend a lot of time in my life on antidepressants, and I can say, definitively that they're poison. It's a narcotic. It's addictive. It's hard to get off of. There are withdrawal symptoms. They're strong, and I think people in general are far better staying away from them. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You listen to, drug commercials, pharma commercials, and, they go through the side effects, which are like worse than the actual thing that it's trying to address. Now, not everybody feels the side effects, but I definitely experience side effects. I think a lot of people probably do. And the fact that this stuff is legal is crazy, and that there are other drugs that, hurt people, but don't hurt them probably any more than these crazy concoctions that pharma comes up with that are illegal. So, you listen to these commercials and you're like, how is this legal? Anyway, onward and upward.